take this off.
Good morning, Facebook friends. Helen Archontou here, CEO of the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. So happy to have you join us today. It's Thursday. I always need that reminder what day it is. I don't know about anybody else. And we are very happy to have you. This is our last Facebook Live for this week. And we're ending on a conversation that I've been manifesting for probably 2 months now. So I'm so grateful to have these ladies with us to chat.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So as we know, YWTV is all about bringing conversations to you to engage you, inspire you, educate you. We apologize. We had some technical difficulties yesterday, but I'm thinking we worked them all out for today so we can have these great conversations. And for those of you that were interested in our episode yesterday, which was about unemployment and how to navigate it, even with all of the issues that we were having, you can still watch it with a lot of great information that she gave us. It's live on our Facebook page. You can watch it at any point. But today, we're talking about another very important issue. As we all know, since we've been sheltering in place, it's definitely created some challenges to upkeep with some of our routines that a lot of us really rely on. Personally, as we can see, my roots are challenged at this point, and my bangs are very long, and my makeup is not on. so, and you know, probably about a month and a half ago, I was still able to play a little bit with my hair to kind of pull it off, but we are so far gone, 2 months in at this point, and I don't know about the rest of you, although for the most part, it is what it is. And I'm just grateful to be healthy. And I'm grateful that everyone around us, you know, hopefully is healthy. But it is good to know what we can do, some tips and tricks, you know, to bridge us. Because I am thinking that even when they do open up the salons, it's going to be really hard to get an appointment right away because everybody will be rushing. So with that, I'd like to introduce you to my guest today. We have salon owner and master colorist Gigi Molinari from Lux Salon and Spa in Bloomfield. Welcome, Gigi.
Thank you.
We also have owner and hair and makeup expert Dina DeBari.
Hi.
Dina's Kiss and Makeup in Secaucus. And we have freelance makeup artist Shari Kanell.
Hello.
So they're each going to teach us and tell us something different. So I'm very excited. So let's jump right in. Let's get to the root of it all. Let's start right with the roots. So Gigi, I know you're a master colorist. And
that's correct.
Obviously, there's a lot of women that color their own hair and don't go to a salon. So I know that it's possible to do, but for some reason, it's also very scary if you've never done it before.
Right.
So everything to think about, am I buying the right color am I doing it right? So these are the things that I stressed about in terms of contemplating coloring my own hair. So can you tell us a little bit about what to do, if we should do it, and how to do it?
Okay, perfect. I'm going to try to resume a little bit, you know, to a short, just so everybody can kind of understand. First of all, I would say, do not buy a box color, but you know, in this case with what's going on now, it's just hard to get to our salons. Salons are closed. And so what I would always ask first is ask your hairstylist or someone that you know that has been doing your hair for the level, like figure it out your levels first before you go and buy a box of color. What I mean about levels is, are you a dark brown? Are you a light brown? Are you a blonde? Are you a redhead? When you go to the supermarket, you can just grab a box and says, you know, black, brown, red. But what people don't understand is that there's a lot of pigment underneath those colors. And also it's very strong stuff that they put it in those boxes. So by you buying just a black or brown and throwing on your roots, you're going to get hot roots because you're not sure if your natural color is really dark brown. Me, as an example, I mean, as you can see, I didn't do my hair today because I wanted to make sure that you guys can see. I'm going to try to apply how I do my hair at home. But if I go and buy a brown box, my hair is going to be super black because the pigment that they put it in a box is basically double of the darkness. So I would actually go for a light brown for my color, because even though it looks so dark, but the product that they add into those ingredients are very advanced, and it has a lot of ammonia, and that's what people think, they're doing wrong. So I would suggest to kind of find out your levels, which is 1 to 10. I'm a level 4. It's not black, it's a dark brown. As right here, as you can see, it's a little bit lighter, it's a little reddish, and so I use a little auburn in my hair on the bottom. I mean, I haven't got my highlights, it grew out, so you can see that this is dark and this is lighter. So for my blonde girls, I would always say, just be careful when you go and get a level 8 or 9, because that's not going to cover your roots. It doesn't have enough pigment for that color to be covered. So I would always suggest to call your hairdresser. Maybe she can tell you what level. If she says you're a level 7, a level 4, then you can actually go to a store and buy something from the box for now. But the other thing too that I would like to recommend is to go to Sally's. Sally's is professional hair salon, products that a lot of people go to, and it's open to the public, where you can actually get a tube like this, and it's about 2 ounces, and usually for one application you only need half, and then you can use half of that, and then you can get your peroxide. This is a 40, which is not the level that you're going to want. You want a 20 volume, or 10. It depends what level you want to achieve. If you kind of want to go lighter than the color that you have, just remember, color does not lift color. You need to use a color like this, and then definitely use another developer that says number 30, because that will lift 2 levels above than what you really want. And that's one of the things that I always stress for my clients. Ask questions, call your hairdressers or your friends that actually has some kind of experience on coloring. I know it's difficult, but we're here to answer your questions, and I'm actually available. Anybody can call me and send me a picture, and I can definitely, say, hey, this is your level. Go get this or go get that. But for the meantime, there's a lot of salons now offering home kits. I am doing for my clients, and it's a great way to have something quality and not have hot roots, or not matching, having a band that you're going to get back to work and people are going to be like, what did you do to your hair? So what I do for my clients is that I created a formula, and I put it in little containers, and I mix the color in one container and then the peroxide in another, and then they can just mix themselves, and it gets them through for that month. And it's a great way to to make sure that your roots are covered. And another thing too, I would say is, hydrate your hair now. I think this is a time where we all have more time to take care of ourselves. And I think, by the time we open the salons, everybody's going to rush in and do all kinds of processing. So use this time to take care of your hair. Use all kinds of, natural amenity like oils and regular conditioning, and just that would do huge. It will help once you get back to the salon, and you can kind of fix that color that you put in, that was a box color. And that's really it. I mean, you can ask me whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, so what if you are coloring your own hair and we have my mess here.
Yeah.
So do you just literally paint it on? I mean,
All
I
right,
know
so I'm going to demonstrate.
I watch my Arthur, who does my hair all the time, but I'm not sure I could do it myself at home. And of course, this is all this like biolage or whatever you all call it, stuff that I know is out of my league. But, if you just want to do this.
Right. So what I'll do is, use a powder brush and just comb it out, so that way there's no knots, right? And what I'll do is I separate my hair in the middle all the way down, and you're going to create kind of a quadrille, right? Because it's going to be a little harder to do it at home, but if you separate the hair in fourths, ear to ear, create a little box here. You're going to put this up, and you're going to do all of it the same way. You're going to go back and do the same here, just get to ear where you think it's comfortable for your hands to reach. And you're going to tie it up because once you section it, it's actually easier to get it through, right? So my way of doing it, you push this two sides like this, and have a towel or something before you start this, because for those clients that are doing dark brown or black or even medium brown, you don't want to get into your necks or anything. So the first thing I would do, use some type of cream. Like you can use Vaseline, you can use conditioner. You're going to go surround all around your face, around your ears, and around your neck, so that way it doesn't stain, because nobody wants to look like a raccoon, right? So after you get that done, what I would suggest, when you buy these tubes, it comes with instructions. So you're going to mix 2 ounces. If you have a lot of hair, you do 3 ounces, but you do not need a whole tube. 2 ounces of that. You're going to use a little measurement cup like this, and you're going to do about the same amount that you did the color. It's going to be 2 ounces of developer. And you can use a bowl, anything. I have this, which I did a conditioner because I already did my roots last week. So I'm just going to demonstrate how we do this. A brush. And what you're going to do, you're going to mix that into a cream until it's all mixed up and you don't have no bubbles or not chunks of color anywhere, because you want to make sure that's really mixed, because you don't want different, colors in your head. So my first step is separate the hair in 4s. I know my hair is not really perfect, but what I do usually, I go the front, and you saturate really well, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to get those stubborn grades. My grades are terrible in the front. So I always kind of do it twice, especially around my ear. And you go and you do that. And then once you do the sides, you go right in the middle, because the middle is where all your stubborns are. And sometimes it needs a little bit longer time as you apply. And you kind of do both ways. And you go back. Just follow your hand, and you're going to feel the back of your head. So now, once that's done, you go back in your nape of each quadrant on the back. And you're going to do the same. You're going to go back and forth up to your ear, and you're going to feel the color, because it's a little cold, so you kind of know where you're going. And to continue, you do the same on the other side at first. And then after that's done, what you can do is, I usually don't do straight across anymore, because once, it depends how you part your hair. So once you do straight across, if you miss a spot, it's kind of hard to, go back and color it. So what I do is you go sideways a little bit, just start this way, and you go, it's almost like a triangle that you do. So you pull forward and you color that, and you do the same. Kind of hard because I'm looking at your camera, and it's difficult, but you keep doing that, and you're going to do triangles as you go down to your nape and all the way. So you got to make sure that you get the corners really well, because if you don't, you're going to have grays everywhere missing. But the deal is, you go triangle, 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 triangle all the way down into your nape, all the way here. Then you're going to clip that back, and you're going to do the same on this side. And this is not tricky at all. Once you get the hold of it, doing yourself, you just make sure, and you do both sides, because once you take the slice has to be about 1/2 inch only. Don't take more than that, because if you do, it's going to make, you're going to miss that spot. Okay, and then in the back, how I do it usually, you get the middle here on the front, and you take the same, you go one slice down, and you push it forward, and you push it back. You take another slice, and you go forward again and back. I know you guys can see my back. I wish I could just turn around, but The trick is always hold the hair tight and push it forward and back. And remember, you guys need to wear gloves. I'm not wearing gloves right now because I am doing conditioner. So I'm not worried about my hands getting dirty, but definitely wear gloves. Once you're done with both, all fours, you're gonna tie the hair back, take it away from your face, and you're gonna make sure that you put it up in the little bun or something, just it stays away. And you're gonna keep, you can put a shower cap as well if you have that stubborn grays. You cover your hair about like this. You clean it, you go back around, and you kind of use a cloth or something to clean around your face. And you're gonna let that process for about 35 minutes, and then you just wash it later. If you do have faded color on the ends, I would suggest at the end, about 10 minutes before your time goes off, you just comb it through, and you can actually refresh your color that way as well. Okay. So I usually do that at the end of my, before 10 minutes is over. I'll use a brush, and you can just comb it out, but only 10 minutes, so that way it doesn't, your ends doesn't want to be too dark, because remember, these colors, the box color has a lot of peroxide, and usually it processes way too much more than what you want, but it does do the trick. And you guys can have, nice roots again until the whole thing is back up, and we can get back to work and help you guys, get the right color there.
Well, thank you so much, Gigi. This was great. I know you're going to hang out with us. We're going to talk to the other ladies, and then we'll talk to you all again at the end.
Sounds great.
Thank you, though. That's a lot of good information. I know I can see our viewers were enjoying it too. We got some comments there.
Awesome. That sounds great. And I'm here for any questions. If anybody wants to send me a message on Facebook, I'm more than welcome to answer anything.
Yeah, and everyone watching knows we're going to link all the salons and all the Facebook pages to all three of these wonderful ladies, so that you can find them and connect with them as well. But hang tight, Gigi. We'll be back. We're going to chat with Dina now a little bit.
Sounds great.
Hi, Dina.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Pretty cool.
This is like my other issue, right? So I keep thinking, well, if I can't do my roots myself, at least if I could trim my bangs, then I could hide my gray, because my gray for me really is just here.
Right up in the front. Yeah, that's where everybody's is, unfortunately.
And so long now, it just does this no matter what I do.
I hear you. I mean, I have bangs too. They're currently all the way back here. I told my friends I don't have bangs anymore. I have hangs. They're just not.
I like that. Hangs.
It's fine. We just have to deal with it. Don't go crazy over it. Don't try to cut them yourself. Especially if you don't have like a really good shear, or, like that's what we call our cutting scissors. If you don't have a great one at home, it's going to be a disaster. So just work with them as they are until you can get back into the salon for a haircut. But I think it's really important to figure out some easy styling tips, because once we all go back out into the world, it's really going to be a reintroduction of everything. We're going to be having it's a first impression all over again. And, we're out of practice. We've been feeling really, crappy about ourselves for a couple months, which is totally normal. So I can definitely show some tricks. I brought I'm not self-quarantining with this one friend, so don't get mad at me. She likes to, she won't leave me alone. I'll show you some really cool styling tips and tricks that everyone can do at home. Her hair obviously is on the longer side. Let me just tilt this down so we can see better. But these are tips and tricks that can be used for shorter or longer hair. And one thing I like to talk about before I even get into styling is what you do before you style, because that matters a whole lot. For example, I wouldn't have like limp air dried hair and try to do a beautiful updo. It's just not going to work. So one thing I really like to talk about, and a lot of my clients and our clients at the salon don't know, is how to properly shampoo and condition your hair. What? I know, that seems crazy. We've been doing it for how many years? But when you don't shampoo and condition correctly, you're messing everything else up for yourself. And you're messing your color up too, which is really important. So really good tip and trick, and this is for women of any age, men as well, if they have longer hair. When you shampoo your hair, it has surfactants in it, and that's basically what scrubs and cleans. You don't need to scrub and clean unless you've been at a bonfire or something and have, smokiness in your hair. But shampoo really only goes at the scalp. So when you're shampooing, you really want to get right in here, and you're not shampooing the ends or scrubbing the ends of your hair because you're opening up your cuticle. You're going to pull your color out. And a lot of women come to me and they say, what do I do? My hair is so dry. And I say, well, where are you putting your shampoo? They're putting it all over, so they're drying out their hair. So it's just a user error. So once we fix that, your hair is going to feel a lot better and more moisturized. Conditioner is meant to seal the cuticle and provide moisture. You don't need that at your root. So you do not put conditioner there because your hair will be limp and lifeless. Conditioner is meant for the mid shaft of the hair down. So by doing those two tricks, you're going to see a world of difference already.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and all you need is someone to just tell you once, and then you've broken that habit. So one thing that everyone loves for summer is a beach wave. So we're going to talk about how we can do that and some products that we're going to use. The products are just as important as what you do. So I'm going to show you all of the products that I use as well. I picked my favorite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything I use is vegan and cruelty free. That's my makeup line. The salon is transitioning to totally vegan. I love a cruelty free approach to our glam routine. So I did a few beach waves here just so we can see what they're going to look like. I haven't done the shakeout yet. But one thing I really like to do, depending on your hair length, you could take a 1/4 inch iron, a 1 inch, a 1 1/4, totally preference, play around with it. This is pretty much the standard iron that you'll see everybody has. This is a 1 inch iron. This is the most popular size. So for a beach wave, one thing I love about it is how easy it is and how fast it is. So what you want to do, let the hair down in about a 1 to 1.5 inch section. The bigger your iron, the bigger the pieces that you're going to take. The smaller the iron, the smaller the piece. So I'm just taking a little section here. And one thing for the beach wave, when you're on the sides of the face, you want to do your curl away from the face, so that way the hair is not hanging into your face. It's going to look just a little more swept away and effortless. So what we're going to do here is take the hair and we're going to make sure it's flat on the iron. And what does that mean? That means the hair is not twisting around the barrel. And we're going to keep the hair flat and work our way down. And just a few seconds here, and then we're going to work the iron down, leaving the last couple inches out. This is as quick as it needs to be, and we're going to let the hair go. That's it. We want to let it set, because however the hair cools is how it's going to look when it's all done. I will do one more over here. Same thing. And again, what I mean by the flat wrapping is that we're not twisting the hair like this. So see, my wrist is moving back and forth. We don't want to have our wrist flip up and down when we do this. So again, watching the hair, making sure it's flat on the iron. People often ask me too, what kind of iron should I use? Again, total preference. Some people like a wand. Some people like a traditional spring iron. A Marcel is the trickiest. If you're not a hairstylist, don't even bother. It's the hardest one to use. So we're going to do a few more pieces here just to get the idea. And then here, if we want that hair to come down and swoop over, I'm actually going to bring the hair that way. So I'm going to pull it forward. Can you see okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And you see how I'm actually bringing the hair down? And then I'm just going to work it down on the iron. Hair is totally flat. And you can also twist the hair out of the iron, and it's just going to give it a little more of a tousled look. I lied. I said one more. I'm going to do one more. And then we're going to shake this out, and I'm going to just show you some ways to style it with the product. Again, we've held it for a few seconds. The last couple inches are out. We'll twist that right out. That's totally enough to get the idea of what's going on here. Okay, so now she's got these, right? We have our wave. One thing I'm going to use is Puff Me's texture spray. I love this stuff so much. It doesn't make the hair feel too gritty or like too much texture, but we're going to just spray a little bit of this. Okay, and then we can just use our fingers or a wide tooth comb and just shake it out a little bit. Starting from the bottom is usually pretty helpful. That way you don't get like knotty at all. And then you could see This piece looks like it wants to live over there. You could see really effortless shape going on there. And you can comb this out as much as you want. But just to give it a little lived-in texture. Now, another really cool thing, if you want it to have a little more life up here, there's a few things we can do. But I'm going to take just a regular teasing comb, lift a little bit of hair up, and then this is called Puff Me. This is from the same company. They're called Design Me. I love their stuff so much. This product is awesome. We sell a ton of this at the salon. Did you see that little powder puff come out?
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's like a little cloud. I use this for all of my updos. We're going to lift that hair right up. And this is really gentle. A lot of people think teasing means, you know, you're causing a scene. It doesn't have to be that way. We are going to start and just gently comb right in. 1, 2, 3. Another small section. You can spray a little more Puff Me if you wanted to. And we're right here. And that's just going to give a little more life up top. You can do this wherever you'd like to.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really quick and easy.
And I was going to say, it didn't look like it took too much, you know, for
No.
someone like me who's not very adept at
No,
hair.
totally. No, it's awesome. And it's so easy to do. Another really cool trick, if your hair's long, and like mine, for example, one way that I really like to curl my hair, if I just want a quick wave, I will put a really high ponytail up here, tie it, and then take those ponytail pieces.
Do the ends.
And just do your ends, and you're gonna have smooth up here and just big, beautiful waves at the bottom, which is really nice. I can get my whole head curled in about 10 minutes that way. And if you see how long my hair is, that's a really good benefit. One other quick little style that you can do for the summer. I really like hair out of the face, especially if you're, you know, at a pool, at the beach, it gets really annoying. With a style like this, if you wanted to do a beach wave or not, but one thing that's really great is just a little, hat, not even a half pony, it's like a quarter pony. But basically we're gonna take the hair and just pull some right up here. And this is something so easy that you could do in like 5 minutes on yourself. But the really important part here is that when you part your hair, you're not parting it straight back. Because what's going to happen is you're going to lift it and then you're going to see your part line. And that just doesn't look as chic. So what we're going to do is pick where we want to start and go straight up. Because that way, when that hair gets pulled, you're not going to see your part. This hair, which is the beginning, is going to cover all of that for you, rather than seeing this on the scalp. So see if it sits right here. We're going to be in a nice spot. So I'll show you really quickly how to just pop this into a cute style. Because we see all the celebrities do this, and they make it look so easy, and it's frustrating, right? Have you ever tried to do something that you saw and you're like,
yes,
what happened to me?
Yes.
Why didn't it work for me? This is cute too, because you can pick how tight you want it, or if you want it to be a little more boho and loose, you could absolutely do that as well. I have a bunch of these little hair ties that I love. They're tiny clear elastics. They have them at the dollar stores. And we're gonna pop this right up top. Hopefully she's even. Cool. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, and do you see, again, you don't see a hard part line here. It looks a little more chic. We can leave this slick back, or we can hold the ponytail and just give it a few gentle pulls. And then you're gonna have a little more texture up there. So I'm gonna take a little piece of this, of the ponytail, wrap it around.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, it just hides the hair tie, again, adding a little chicness to it. And then I'm just going to take a bobby pin. And I'm going to take that little piece, and these will fly out so easily. So what I like to do is take the hair, wrap it around the bobby pin, and then close the bobby pin and just slide it right in. You might need 1 to 3 of those. Now, one thing celebrities always have, and this is for any ponytail, a full ponytail, a little half ponytail, it just flops and kind of hangs like
Yeah,
a sad tree branch, but we want it to pop up a little bit. So what we can do here is take a texture spray, a hairspray, whatever you want, with our teasing comb again, and tease that ponytail a little bit. And this is going to give us a fullness back here. If you wanted to, if you have a long night ahead of you or a long day, you can actually take a couple bobby pins and just slide them right in to the base of that ponytail, like right underneath. And that's going to actually anchor it up for you, which is really nice. And then finally, a lot of times we lack volume on a style like this on the sides. So that same teasing technique I showed you before, just go right in. And you could tease even more down the hair shaft if you want, depends how big we're going. I think everyone's really gonna wanna try some fun new things on their hair once this is all over. You see the difference now from this side to this side?
Oh yeah.
This one's way more straight down. This one's starting to get nice volume, and that was just with 2 pieces. So those are some easy peasies that you could practice at home.
Yeah, I think I could even do that.
Yeah, it's awesome. If anyone is interested in these products, we are having a super safe 6 feet apart sidewalk sale at the salon. Obviously, we can't do anybody's hair or touch them, but next Thursday and Friday, I'm going to have at-home color kits that people can purchase at the salon, and we're going to have a super sale on all these goodies. So that's in Sea Caucus if anyone wants to join.
Yeah, Dina, thank you. And hang tight because we want to talk with you more before we're done. This was great information. Now we know how to color our roots. We know how to give ourselves a little bit of pop and style.
Yeah.
I still have to keep talking myself out of cutting my bangs, but
Don't do it, please.
No.
Please.
I've had a few tragic bang accidents. That
we all have, and we haven't learned from them, have we? Because we keep wanting to do it.
The only thing that probably keeps me is that I have to do Facebook Live regularly, and I'll have to show off my tragic bang incidents very quickly to everybody. But Dina, thank you. That's great. And I really have to quickly ask you too, for those of us that are kind of maintaining this color hair, how do you maintain your pink color hair during this time if you're someone who is not a hairstylist? Because first of all, it looks amazing. I love it.
Thank you. I had to do my roots. I let it even go too long. I actually did them a few days ago. One of the really good things, again, I'm sending color kits to a lot of my clients, but also sending toners out, which is basically if you have a balayage or highlight, the environment, the water that you use on your hair, your products, that's going to slowly take your toner out. Toner is makeup for the hair. It's also like the fondant on a cake. Your hair is the cake, the toner is the fondant. I like food if I use that analogy. But things that you can use at home, like purple shampoo and conditioner, or if you reach out to your stylist and say, hey, my hair is looking really brassy, is there a toner that I can get? They should absolutely be able to send one to you. Just like Gigi said, it's really, really going down a scary unknown path to try to color it yourself. We are expecting, the industry is expecting a lot of color corrections to come in once this is all over. So definitely reach out to your stylist first. That's the best advice I can give. And don't shampoo your ends because that'll take your toner out faster.
I like how you called it color correction. That makes it sound so much nicer than like the mess that we made of our hair. Yeah, that sounds.
There's synonyms, honestly.
I love it. Thank you, Dina. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk to Shari now and hear a little bit about how to.
Those are great tips. I need to color and style my hair now after watching all of it. That was great. Great stuff.
And I know you're talented enough to do it. Everyone, this is Shari. I've had the opportunity to work with Shari a few months ago now. I can't believe it's been a few months ago. We did a wonderful little photo shoot at Jennifer's salon at Village Studio in Ridgewood, and we had Nipa Sidkar there who did some styling, and Shari did my makeup and hair for my new headshots. And we still, because the timing of us doing that and everything that hit, we haven't had a chance to do a little kind of debrief on that, but we'll work on that now. I think one of these weeks we should do that and unveil that to everybody.
Yeah.
For now, give us some tips on how to pop.
Yeah, absolutely. I have my daughter here.
Yes.
Who's been a model for me. So I got lucky to get her here from the city.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So My number one tip really is to keep everything light and natural. I don't like to go too heavy with makeup and make it look too mask-like, especially for the summer weather and the warmer weather. I like the beauty balms, and I actually designed or made one for Sydney this morning. So we're going to give it a try and see how it goes on her skin. So if you could just lean back a little bit. The Beauty Balm is great because it has basically 3 products in one. You've got your moisturizer, SPF, illuminator, and your foundation. And so instead of putting, 3 or 4 different things on your face in steps, you can just do it all in one shot. So what I did is I just mixed it up into a little container, and I'm going to just apply, just sort of dotting it all over. Because when you're in a rush, you don't want to have to sit and spend too much time. So this is like an easy formula to apply fast. Just going to brush it out. And what it's doing is it's just evening her skin tone. It's creating a nice glow. And without making her look too made up. See that? It's the there we go. The other thing I like doing, if any under eye discoloration needs to be corrected, what I do is I take a bit of concealer and I mix it with a peach toned lip color. So I just basically took a peach lip color, put a bit on a surface, and then I just put some concealer down and mix it up. And so now I have a nice peach tone under eye concealer. Just going to dot a bit there. And that'll just help brighten things up. And I'll just swipe it right over the lid too, just to blend it out. Another trick that I usually like to do, just face that a little bit more, is I use chapstick or a clear lip balm for the eyebrow. So Sydney has really nice brows, so she doesn't really need to fill. But for grooming purposes, I'll just swipe across a bit of the balm. And with the spoolie, I'll just comb out. So it just keeps it sort of like together so that they're not flying all over the place. And now she has groomed brows. The next thing I'm going to apply to Sydney is cheek color. And what I've noticed with a lot of Zoom meetings, video chat, is you get kind of washed out. It seems like everyone seems to be kind of dull complected. So go a bit brighter with the cheek color, because I think the video can definitely handle it. So I'm going to give her a little pop on her cheek. You can face that one so you can see. So now she has like a nice color, like she's been out in the sun. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight using a neutral shimmery shadow just to the inner corners of her eyes. Close your eyes. And that's going to brighten up the eyes and just add some pop. I also take a bit of this shimmery shadow and apply to the Cupid's bow here. So her upper lip just has a little bit more volume. This gives it that effect. It's kind of pretty. And I'm going to do 2 coats of mascara. I did one on her earlier, and I'm going to do another one now. And I'm just concentrating on the outer edges to build them up there. And for Sydney's lips, she doesn't tend to wear a lot of lipstick, so I'm going to go with a neutral gloss. I'm going to brush her lips with a bit of gloss. And just to make them pop a bit more, I'm going to take kind of a rosy color just over the gloss, just to bring them out a bit. Okay, press your lips together a little bit. There you go. All right. Let's see.
Wow. Nice.
Right, that's pretty color on her.
Beautiful.
And then what I'm going to do is just to set everything, you can close your eyes. Setting spray, so this way she will have her makeup looking good for her next Zoom meeting, which is coming up.
All day long.
Yeah, so she's ready to go. She's good for on Zoom and off. I mean,
She looks
yeah.
great. She came in looking great also, but you
Yeah,
definitely
she's
yeah,
got
but you
beautiful
definitely have enhanced and it's so natural looking, which
Yeah, it's natural and it's fast. I mean, the one thing you can do is, I mean, I did use a brush because on my clients, I,
Right.
will use a brush, but with a beauty balm, you can, with your own clean hands, if you're in a hurry and you don't have a mirror and you really want to just like get something on, you can just take a bit, rub it in your hands and smooth it around just to get it going. Check in the mirror to make sure everything's
Yep.
even. But if you don't have time for tools and brushes, if you want to use your own fingers, that's going to work just fine.
I love the chapstick
Yeah,
trick.
I
I
love,
never
yeah.
would have thought of that. And
That's,
I'm someone who, because I'm Greek, so I'm hairy. I've got a lot of hair everywhere. So, my eyebrows get always very bushy. So that's a great trick. I never ever
oh
thought
yeah,
of
just
that.
wear chapstick and they're groomed and they kind of, and you can like follow your own
Yeah.
arch and give them a little bit of a,
So that's a question right now for folks that are used to getting their eyebrows done and they can't right now. Should they try to trim them or shape them themselves, or is that one of those things like cutting your bangs? Shouldn't do it.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of women like to get their brows threaded and have good results with that. My daughter, one of my other daughter does get her brows threaded and seems to have good results with that. Sydney, on the other hand, you tweeze your brows, right? You tend to tweeze them. Yeah, I mean, her brow is pretty good. I mean, she has some stray hairs that can be easily tweezed, but I would just say to be careful because if you over tweeze, then you're going to end up in trouble and then you're going to have to like fill in and draw back your brow. So, I mean, if there's some stray hairs that, are like falling out of the line of your brow, go ahead and pluck a couple, but be careful not to overdo it.
Yeah.
I'd say.
That's great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. That was lots of little tricks in there for everyone.
Oh,
Maybe
great.
we'll bring back all of our ladies together. Thank you to our beautiful model.
Well, thank you.
So we can bring back Gigi and Dina and Shari. Well, ladies, first of all, I personally I learned a lot, and I can tell our viewers have too from some of the comments that are coming in. I love my chapstick idea. And I know now shampoo here and condition here. I was listening, and also can't do straight lines when we're doing the color. Got to go triangular. So lots of good information all the way around. So question for all of you. I mean, you're all small business owners. How have you been surviving during this time? What are, just a question for all of you. And again, we're going to link everybody's Facebook pages and salons. It sounds like they each have some great opportunities right now with some color kits, whether you go to Gigi's in Bloomfield or Dina's in Sea Caucus, and some products and and great places to visit after it's all over to go get your maintenance and upkeep. And I can attest, because Shari's done my makeup, it's always it's natural and a nice process and a natural process. But how have you ladies, I know pivot seems to be the word of the pandemic, the P words of the pandemic. How have you been able to kind of keep going during this time? All of you being, professional, women professionals, small business owners.
Who's starting?
Anybody can jump in. Yeah, Shari, sorry, Shari. I know you're a freelance, right? You work solo.
Yeah.
So how is that?
Yeah, it's been tough. Yeah, I've had most of my, all I should say, of my clients have canceled, and either canceled or rescheduled. My brides had to reschedule. The prom girls had to cancel. No in-studio photo shoots. So it's been tough. It's been tough. And I'm just really looking forward to getting back into the studio, getting back and doing events again. So in the meantime, I'm just cleaning up my makeup kit and organizing and researching different colors and brands and just staying on top of things like that, and working on my daughter having her be my model. So
that's great. That's great. I know, Dina, Gigi, any idea what have you guys how you been doing the pivot, keeping going during this time?
Oh my God, it's been crazy. I have to say that I do miss my shop a lot. I miss my clients. I miss being creative and being able to just get out of the house, But I am getting busy as far as phone calls and messages and trying to give little tips to my clients and lots of the family members as well, because they're like, wow, I didn't know how important it is to have a hairdresser. It's kind of nice because now, me, Dina, and all the hairdressers are going to get a lot of it's something that people need, back then it was just, oh, any salons in any corner. Now everybody's like, wow, you're like a doctor. It's making me feel like I've done something special, even though hairdressing is not an easy tech. It's definitely a lot of, techniques and talent. So it's making me feel excited to go back and, get back behind the chair and be able to work again, because they're going to appreciate me more. I feel like now it's like I'm going to be a celebrity. It's great. I have made a lot of friends over Facebook and, social media, just because they need, techniques and stuff. And I can feel it's going to be a very busy year for all of us. And I can't wait. I really can't wait to start and get my hands dirty again. I try to go once a week there just to clean and feel that I'm working, but I can't open yet. So it's just, I can't wait. I'm ready.
You're ready.
Get back to work. Yes, I'm ready. So that's it, really. Just keep myself calm, and hopefully once everything gets done and we can all get back to work, I'm ready to work 9 to 12, who knows, 7 days a week if I have to. Yeah.
Jump in.
And that's really it. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dina, what about you?
Well, I've been really, really busy. Just because of the nature of our business, I've been talking to all my brides constantly. They're all postponed. It's like over 50 obviously had to postpone at this point, but I'm a sole business owner, so I'm not eligible for unemployment. I did not get the business grant that we applied for, so I've gotten 0 cents. I did not get a stimulus check at all. So I said, well, what am I going to do? So my husband and I actually started a candle making business out of our house, and it's blown up. So I've really just adapted to what we needed to do. We've sold over 1,300 candles so far.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm a candle maker now.
I've done that for 2 years. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're on my website if anyone wants to check them out. I'm, my only errand every day is going to UPS to send out packages. So, life is crazy, and I've really tried to take it as a blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that I feel like we're hurting a lot as a small business and hairdressers and makeup artists is that we're not entitled to any of these loans. You know, at first everybody says, "Oh, you should just go apply, go apply," and you know, it's frustrating because we depend on our salons, our clients, to be able to make the needs for our family. You know, for example, I'm a single parent and I have two kids, and it's been really hard, but I'm keeping positive. As Dina said, I'm just trying to do different things at home and little by little just to get around, and hopefully we can all survive and get back to our business. Because I feel bad that a lot of small people are we're gonna have to close, and
Yeah.
I'm staying strong. And Dina, stay strong. Sherry, stay strong, so that way we can stay open for our clients and for ourselves as well. Because
Well,
it's an accomplishment, right?
Yeah.
we appreciate all of you sharing your talents today. And again, we will be linking all of your sites here. We encourage people to reach out to you now, get everyone scheduled for when we can get back to it. And until then, it sounds like we've got some great opportunities for either trips or tricks or tips or kits. All these rhyming words.
Yeah.
We can,
No problem.
that we can use in the interim. But we're really grateful to all of you for sharing some ideas with us. And to all of our Facebook friends, if someone you think would have loved to see this but might not have been watching today, this broadcast will be on our Facebook page and you can watch it at any time. Again, we'll link everyone's sites, whether you want to get candles or whether you want to get hair care products or makeup tips. These ladies are definitely some go-tos, and all around Bergen County, Essex County, Hudson County, our entire region, all these ladies are there. With that, look, I say, do your hair in one of these great, some beach waves, do some of Shari's tips. And tonight at 8 o'clock, get on to Instagram Live. DJ Dana Game will be spinning for the YWCA tonight. We'll be raising money. She'll be spinning tunes from the 60s and 70s. Hopefully the last 2 nights you've been with us spinning with DJ Active and DJ Angel and Ren. Tonight it's DJ Dana Game. Just go to our YW page on Instagram we'll be live at 8 p.m. And if you would like to consider donating, as you know, the YWCA is a nonprofit. And we've had to do the pivot like everybody else to keep going, even though a lot of our funds have stopped during this time. You can text Equality to 707070 on any phone and make a donation. So with that, it's been a great week. We've had some great conversations, and Dina, you should check out the Facebook Live we did yesterday about unemployment. She might have some tricks for you about how you can get some coverage during this time. She specifically talked about unique cases like yours, actually. So we'll have to hook you up there. But everyone, we hope you have I know it's a different kind of Memorial Day weekend than usual. I don't know if you'll be getting out to the beaches or a park, but whatever you do, we hope you stay safe, be well, mind your mind, check in when you need to, check out when you need to, check on the people around you. Hopefully they're checking on you. And we look forward to a time when we can be together again. But until then, we'll be with you all next week with a whole slew of new Facebook Live YWTV episodes with some other great conversations. So thank you, Dina, Gigi, and Shari.
Thank you.
Have a safe weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.